Before we get started with our field activities, I'd like to show our new members some of the places we like to go outside of our field. First up is the scale meet at Elmbrook Park in Hawkinton. This is where you get to see some real nice detailed models. Anyone remember this guy who came to our field with his third scale cub? Now you get to see it fly. This plane was a real crowd pleaser. It's an OV-10 Bronco from the Vietnam era. Up next is one of my favorite events, the Jet Rally in Sanford, Maine. This year they were selling pit passes for $5. It was well worth the money to get a close-up view of these mean machines. The pit pass also included a close-up view of the L-39 trainer. And of course, Jessica's favorite, the Corsair. Time for some turbines. This guy did a lot of incredible stuff, but this rolling loop really got our attention. Now back to Elmbrook Park for the IMAC competition, where you can watch some pretty large aircraft. The pilots are given a set of maneuvers to perform, and they're judged on skill and accuracy. Here's proof that you're never too young to compete with the big boys. This guy is only 13 years old. Once again, we had a real nice day for the spring cleanup. Not only did we clean up the field, but we cleared a good portion of the runway expansion. Nice job, everyone. After the cleanup was done, we gave it a real good rinsing. Now seriously, we've got to give Steve Black and Rick Massalis a big thank you for rescuing our lawnmowers from the flooded shed. Anyone up for a float fly? We're here live from NHFT TV, where we have a JetBlue airliner attempting to land with the landing gear malfunction. We can see from our cameras that the front landing gear is turned at 90 degrees from the aircraft. They've been circling around LAX for 3 hours to burn off fuel to prevent the plane from catching fire. It just goes to show that the landing gear is just as important as the wings and control surfaces. It looks like they're right on the middle of the runway. No one is sure if the plane will turn off the runway or if the landing gear will collapse. Those flames you see are the tires burning off from the intense heat caused by friction. Now you know why they burned off all their fuel before they tried to land this thing. Well, it looks like the pilots managed to land the plane safely. You can bet there are a lot of cheers going on inside that plane. It was a real scorcher of a day for our pig-out party. Some of us thought it was wise to seek shelter from the hot sun, but it didn't keep us from flying. How long does it take two Frenchmen to set up a pop-up shelter?
been at least 10 minutes, and that's a 5-minute pop-up.
Yeah. Are you?
The grill master is here. You just want to get him out of bed. Don't yell at him when he's yelling.
Despite the high humidity, the grill master Steve Black and his assistants did an excellent job cooking all those delicious meats and organizing the big feast. And what a feast it was!
Good.
What's the difference between the two types?
There's two different types of marinades. One is...
Hans brought his beautiful B-25. Wait till you see this baby fly. Sorry, folks, but the pilots took it out from all that taxiing.
NASCAR lawnmower racing. Glenn's trying to work the draft, but he can't get up there. I think he's got a little bit of a push coming out of turn 2. Going to put in a shock wedge and do a turn on the doohickey thingy and try to see if he can get better coming out of the turns. Yeah, I think he's got a problem with the Canuter valve. I wouldn't be surprised if his flux capacitor is overfluxing. Hard to believe he can't track down that piece of ground.
Last summer I told John Lavery if he didn't stop picking on me, I'll pick on him in the movie. So here we go with the 2006 John Lavery Performance Evaluation.
have on this.
I'll bet you thought I'd take a point off that landing.
You call that a landing?
Well, the plane is in one piece, it's sitting on its wheels, and the engine is still running. One point!
Go fast, turn left. Ow!
Oh!
That's exactly what he did. Went fast, turned left, right into the bushes. Minus 1 point.
And the next time you feel like showing off, don't.
For finally adding another color to that senior, add 1 point. I'll bet you thought I'd take a point off that landing.
You call that a landing?
Well, the plane is in one piece, it's sitting on its wheels, and the engine is still running. 1 point! Now, after Mo and Bob went through all this trouble starting this airplane, after all that, you went and did this.
Oh!
Minus 1 point. Which reminds me of another test flight you did for Bob.
Going up.
Ooh!
Last time I checked, that way was up. You guessed it. Minus 1 point.
Man's got to know his limitations.
Just to be fair, we'll let you try that one again. Hold it! Get back here! You're at 0 right now. You really think you ought to be flying this plane inverted? Get going.
We don't want much, you know? God love us. I got a rocket ship.
Ooh, nice.
All right, I'll give that point back to you. Now, out of a possible score of 7, you got 1. Which really isn't a bad score. From what I can see, there's still some people who think you're number 1.
Hey, John.
Okay, children, today we're going to learn about homonyms. Homonyms are words that sound the same but have different meanings. Let's see. S-T-A-M-M-Y. S-T-O-M-P-E, stomp, as shown here. Then there's S-T-O-M-P, stomp, as shown here.
I'm sick of this! I'm just sick of it!
As you can see, it was quite windy at the club picnic. Only the well-experienced and the brave flew that day. Let's take a walk and see who showed up. What's he doing? This is a family show. Oh, phew, it was just an adjustment.
Ouch.
Yo. That was full bore, too. Oh, man.
Wow, that was just...
Oh, you look marvelous. Now hold that look. Steady now. That's very nice. Now hold your boom like this. Yes, just like that. Very nice. Okay, hold it. Oh, you look marvelous. Now keep your swash plate moving. Yes, very nice. Oh, ooh, that looks good. Yes, very nice. Now move your tail rotor. Yes, that's good. Yes, very nice, very nice. Oh, you look marvelous. By the looks of things, I guess it just wasn't Bob Kilman's day.
Oh! Oh! Yeah, it's just hung on the wheel pant. Hey, do you want to try the foam first?
Special thanks goes to the volunteers who made both of our old homestay booths very popular with the kids and their parents. We can also thank the club officers for coming up with a great PR strategy. And the icing on the cake was the new member we acquired when Russ Goodnow won this airplane in the raffle. We got a letter from one of our ex-club members, Mike Stewart. It's published on our website. If you haven't read it yet, I suggest that you do. I think you'd really enjoy it. Mike went from building model airplanes to building this full-scale aerobatic plane. He gave John Lavery one heck of a ride. They say the apple never falls too far from the tree, as demonstrated here with Ian Day and Sarah Day. I think cameraman John Clark wanted to show us the great t-shirts we sell. Look at the quality of those threads. Rich Bono took us down to see the new flying site. You really have to see it to appreciate it. No buildings and plenty of sky. We did see a lot of deer and moose tracks there. Those crazy animals, they left us plenty of fertilizer for the new lawn. I don't have much video footage of the pylon races this year, but you might be interested in knowing what Rick Masterless did to improve his flying skills. He hired a wingman to monitor his performance. Bill Horton invited his friends, Roy Glenn and Louis Lopez, to give us a demonstration in control line combat. They gave us a good explanation of what is involved and answered a lot of our questions. The demo was quite impressive. Watch this, you won't believe your eyes. I could barely keep my camera on them. They also brought a slower airplane so everyone could get a chance to try it out for themselves.